Hey guys, this is AniMat. So, just recently, the Oscars have been passed, so why not talk about them? Alright, so what I'm going to do with this special little vlog is that I'm just pretty much talking about everything about the Oscars, my thoughts on it, my thoughts on who won the show and all that stuff. And also, after that, I'm also going to talk about the results of the Annie Awards, which has, as I'm recording right now, it already passed a month ago, but I'm going to talk about the results. Since I am known to be the animation aficionado, as that I am, might as well talk about them. So, by the way, I have all my papers here, talking about all the results and stuff like that, just to give me, like a reminder about who won and all that stuff. But anyways, let's get to it. Let's talk about all the results that happened in the Oscars. First things off, woo! Frozen won! That's right. So Frozen won for Best Animated Feature, and also it won for Best Original Song for Let It Go, which I really am happy. I love Frozen. It's such a great film, and like hands down the best animated feature of 2013. And I really am proud of all the people at Disney. I want to give them my major congratulations to them for all their hard work that they have done. Like that 75 years in production, going on and off in development hell, finally it pays off very well. And if Frozen didn't win, I think The Wind Rises would have been like in second place. I just saw it recently, and considering that it's Hayao Miyazaki's last animated feature, like it would be a way to give them respect, you know, just to give them that. So definitely, I'm really happy Frozen won, and also for Let It Go. Major congratulations to Robert and Kristen Anderson Lopez. They're actually one of the very few people in the world to actually got what is known as the EGOT. Apparently, the EGOT is winning an Emmy Award, a Grammy Award, an Oscar, and a Tony. All like in one person. Not specifically for the same thing, but literally like that one person actually got all four of these major awards. And wow, that really is a major achievement. And I really do have high hopes for the two Lopez in their future, because I truly do believe, like, since now we are in a new age of like Disney films, like this is like a new era that people will remember. I really do think they are the go-to songwriters of today's Disney's films. How can I put this? They're pretty much like how the Sherman Brothers was during the 60s at the height of Walt Disney's career. And then in the Disney Renaissance, it was Howard Ashman and Alan Menken, and also like later on, it's mostly Alan Menken, mostly doing the recognizable songs. But now it's pretty much Robert and Kristen Anderson Lopez doing the go-to songs. Like they already did some songs beforehand. Like they already worked with Disney for the 2011 Winnie the Pooh, which they have some pretty good songs, and they also did the songs for I'm not 100% sure. I think they also did the Finding Nemo musical at Animal Kingdom in Walt Disney World. So I'm really happy to see what more memorable songs will they bring up. So yeah, major congratulations to you two. So yeah, and as for animated short films, I'll be honest, I wanted to like do some research and check them all, but unfortunately I didn't really have the time, and I really do regret that. I wanted Get a Horse to win because that's the only one I saw and I really do like it. But I'm really interested to see Mr. Hublet? I think that's what it's pronounced. So yeah, I really am happy. So yeah, when I get the time, I'll go check out Mr. Hublet. And maybe the other nominees, like I'll check them out just to see like what's going on with them. As for the other winners that happened, I gotta say, one of the biggest surprises for me is pretty much the amount of awards Gravity won. Like, holy crap. Like, Gravity was the technical king of the Oscars. Like, literally, I think it won the most this year with 7 awards. Like, it won all the visual effects, all the sounds, like, the cinematography was no big surprise, but also original song, and it even got directing. Like, that really surprised me. Like, at that point, I was really convinced that it was going to be the movie that's going to win Best Picture. I was like, holy crap. But it turns out at the end, like, that quickly changed when 12 Years a Slave was actually the big winner. It won Best Picture. But I gotta say this. When I was doing my predictions and all that stuff, I was expecting 12 Years a Slave to be the big winner. Considering I was thinking, like, well, if it did get the Golden Globes and it got so praised like that during that time, I'm sure it would also win the Oscars. Which it did, but I'm really surprised it didn't win as much awards as it got, because it only got 3, including Best Picture. It also got Best Supporting Actress, and it also got Best Adapted Screenplay. You know, honestly, I was expecting a lot more. I thought it was also going to get, like, directing and Best Actor, because usually, like, the big winners for, like, the ones who get Best Picture would usually go and get, like, the most. But that doesn't really seem to be the case. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. I am really pleasantly surprised with what happened at the Oscars. I really am happy for everyone who won. I'm happy for Frozen. I'm happy for Gravity. And I really am happy with what the results went up. However, there are a few surprises that I will mention in terms of nominations. I know that it has been months ago since people have been talking about it, but there are some interesting things that didn't end up in the Oscars at all. Like, number 1, I'm surprised that Pacific Rim didn't even get Best Visual Effects. Because I remember, like, I have so many friends who are, like, major, like, kaiju fans or just really love the movie because it's, like, it's the quintessential action film where it's, like, giant monsters fighting giant robots, and it really is awesome, and I'm not going to deny them. I'm sure it really is awesome, but I'm surprised it didn't even get nominated at all, because, like, it is, like, considering with how movies are nowadays with, like, usually like, some action films look kind of the same. Like, we don't really do get a lot of giant monster movies, and, like, we do get giant robots, but giant robots fighting giant monsters, I thought it would get, like, a lot of appraisal for creativity from the Academy, but it doesn't really seem to be the case. Also, another thing that I want to talk about, which I really am surprised that it's not even there, is that I'm surprised Pixar was completely absent this year. There's no nominations for Monsters University, and there is no nominations for The Blue Umbrella, the short that was before Monsters University. I was really shocked. I'm really surprised about that. Now, if I could be very honest, and personally, I'm not saying that I really wanted Monsters University to be nominated. I really am happy with all the nominations that were chosen. And, like, I'll be on, like, personally, Monsters University was really not Pixar's greatest work. Like even Brave was much better than Monsters University. But, like, I guess we were all, I don't know how to say this, but we're all used to seeing Pixar being at, like, in the Academy Awards, like, all the freaking time. Considering at one point, like, there was a time when, like, Pixar was winning awards, like, in a row, like, bam, 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 Best Animated Feature, Best Animated Feature, Best Animated Feature, and, like, often would get nominated for several, like Ratatouille or WALL-E. But, not seeing Monsters University nor Blue Umbrella, it's, like, it's kind of weird that it's not there, because it's, like, we're pretty much used to it, and now it's gone. And, another thing that I want to mention is, what's another thing? Yes, Saving Mr. Banks. Now, I really do like the film, even though it's not really as historically accurate to real life. I really do think as a movie, it really is good. And I really am disappointed that Saving Mr. Banks didn't get a lot of nominations. It only got one for Best Original Score. It's such a great movie, though. I really did enjoy it. Like, I'm surprised, like, it should have gotten at least a few more nominations. I'm not saying that it should, like, get awards, but, like, at least some nominations. Emma Thompson would have gotten Best Actress in a Leading Role. I mean, she was fantastic as P.L. Travers. Or even, like, I wanted to see one for, like, Best Actor in a Supporting Role. Rather it be one of the Sherman Brothers, or Tom Hanks as Woody Disney, as I like to call him, or one of my favorite actors in there is actually Paul Giamatti. Even though he's just a cab driver, he's one of the more interesting characters in the movie, and I really do like him. I really think, like, that would have been a good choice for Best Actor in a Supporting Role. I really do love Paul Giamatti in there, so I'm just really disappointed that that Saving Mr. Banks should have gotten a few more nominations, but what can you do? Like, it just happened. I still love the movie, though. Alright, so, so with that, that's pretty much how I feel regarding, like, the Oscars and the results in general. But there is one thing that I really am not happy about the Oscars, and that's pretty much the show. As much as I am pleasantly surprised with how the results went, the show, on the other hand, holy crap, it sucked so bad. I'm not saying that I hate Ellen DeGeneres, I really do like her, but, like, she literally did nothing. As a host, she did jack all. I mean, say what you will about Seth MacFarlane last year, like, you gotta give the guy credit, at least he tries to put on a show. At least, like, he does something, like, that bit with William Shatner, or like that little musical number of "We saw your boobs, we saw your boobs, at the Oscars all of us here, we saw your boobs," you know? At least, like, he's trying to make the Oscars entertaining. Like, you gotta give the man credit. Ellen DeGeneres, she did absolutely nothing. She just stood there, she just changed clothes, and literally, she orders pizza. It's not even a bit. Like, she literally just went out and ordered pizza. Oh, and, like, she also tweets. Like, she did barely anything. And, like, she really extended that pizza thing. Like, really, like, it's the major bit. I feel like, I don't know why, I just feel like Ellen is just so unprepared. Like, literally, even the commercials for the Oscars, like, there was more action there than in the Oscar show itself. I mean, really, like, what happened there? Plus the fact, there's another thing I want to mention, is pretty much the theme is supposed to be, like, it's supposed to be, like, the theme of it is heroes of movies. And, like, literally, they did absolutely nothing with it. They did, like, all they did is just show stock footage of other, like, a montage of other movies, and that's it. Like, Ellen didn't even do anything, like the show didn't even do anything in regards of that. And also, there is another thing I want to mention, like, at least one good thing I want to mention is at least they give more recognition to animation, since one of the montages is animated heroes, since you see all the main characters of some of the more popular animated films of, like, in a few of the past Disney ones, and a lot more of the modern ones. And, you know, at least it's more better than what they usually did in the past, which is, like, completely disregard animation and, like, just bring one random person go. It's like, I'm a fat person, but with animation, I can be a skinny guy. Here are the nominees for Best Animated Feature, and here are some of them for Best Animated Short. Like, at least they do, like, recognize them. However, there is one thing that I truly am pissed off as all hell regarding what they've done. In the animated short, you know, in the montage for all the animated heroes, everything is hunky-dory. They show all the good ones. Except they have to show the disgrace of animation using freaking clips from Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs? Who edited this? Seriously, are you a moron? You don't put freaking Cloudy, like, in that. That's just wrong. Literally, that's just wrong. I mean, like, putting Cloudy in a montage with all those other animated films is literally you're showing all the American heroes, like Abraham Lincoln, or Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, and all those people, and then suddenly you'd show Charles Manson. Literally, it's just, no, you don't honor things that disgraces the medium. You don't honor those bad things. Like, no, like, I'm not saying the person should be fired for choosing Cloudy in there, but like, he definitely deserves a smack in the face. You freaking estupido madres puta! Such a terrible film. You know, I just realized something. You know, just bashing Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, I gotta say, oddly enough, is actually very therapeutic for me, since I'm doing it for the justice of animation, you know? You know, it does feel great, actually. You guys should do that sometime. Oh, God. But, you know, actually, it's not, and also, it's not just Cloudy that they showed clips of, like, terrible movies. They actually did that with The Last Airbender movie, believe it or not. I don't know if you guys, for those of you who saw the Oscars, I don't know if you remember, they actually showed a clip of The Last Airbender, so Cloudy was not the only one. Still, like, okay, maybe the guy deserves another slap in the face. Oh, God, I don't know. But anyways, okay, so finally, oh, that actually really felt good. But anyways, now with that out of the system, the one thing I want to say about the Oscars is that I'm really happy with the results, but I am not happy with how the show went. So that's pretty much it. Anyways, let's move on to the result for the Annie Awards. Let's move on, which happened at the beginning of February. And may I say, holy crap, when it comes to the Annie Awards, this is Disney's year, bar none. Like, literally, they took over everything. Well, obviously, the big winner was Frozen, but it's not just Frozen who won everything. There are a lot of other projects that Disney made last year that won pretty much a lot of the awards. There was Get a Horse, Sophia the First, Toy Story of Terror, the Mickey Mouse shorts, and Monsters University actually won a few. And I'm not really that surprised. Well, I am surprised that Disney won like all those awards, including for Toy Story of Terror and the new Mickey Mouse shorts. But like, holy crap. But it's not so surprising that Frozen did win some. Actually, another one. If you technically, The Wind Rises, since it is distributed by Disney, but like people would associate that more with Studio Ghibli. But anyways, yeah, I'm definitely happy. It won Best Animated Feature. It won Best Voice Acting for Josh Gad as Olaf. Definitely does deserve it. Also, Best Production Design, no doubt about it. And, yeah, Best Directing for Chris Buck and Jennifer Lee. Really I'm happy about it. And, but yeah, that's definitely it. But it's not just Disney that won all the awards. It's not like the controversies of the past years, like Kung Fu Panda or How to Train Your Dragon, where literally those films took everything while the others got jack all. It's not like that. Like, they pretty much distribute it evenly with their things, and a few others actually got some. Like, The Croods actually got a few. Like, other stuff includes Pacific Rim, The Hobbit, The Legend of Korra, Futurama, like, at least, and Adventure Time. So, like, at least it's pretty much distributed evenly, but, like, Disney was, bar none, the big winner. And it does make sense, actually, considering how I say that 2013 is one of the worst years for animation. And the funny thing about that is that, strangely enough, with the Annie Awards, it seems like the ASIFA agrees with me. Because if you look at the nominations and all that stuff, like, sure, the winners are pretty much all, like, mostly Disney, but it felt like last year, it's only Disney who actually did give a crap about animation and all that stuff. Sure, there was also Illumination Entertainment with Despicable Me 2, and like, DreamWorks, who did care. But, like, the rest, they don't even give a crap. They send out some of the worst garbage ever. And ASIFA did agree with me. Because, like, all the really bad animated films, the ones that are hated by everyone, and they're just terrible in general. Like, I'm talking about Planes, and Free Birds, and Cloudy 2. They only got, like, 2 or 3 nominees each. And literally, they won jack all. Which I just find completely hilarious. No, that's not the hilarious thing. Oh my god. The most hilarious thing about the Annie Awards is that if you look at all the nominations and you look at all the winners and all that stuff, you will notice that there is none for Escape from Planet Earth. Now, I just find that completely hilarious. The fact that it didn't even get a nomination at the Annie Awards, like, really? I mean, the Annie, like, it's so easy getting a nomination for the Annie Awards. Like, they literally fill it so that everyone would get an even share of, like, nominations and all that stuff. Well, recently, now they do that. And even, like, the really bad ones, like, even they would get a few. Like I said, Planes, Cloudy 2, and Free Birds, they got a few nominations. Escape from Planet Earth got none. I think that's the true testament of how bad of an animated film when even the ASIFA doesn't even want to acknowledge it. Like, that's a true fire sign that maybe the Weinstein Company should quit animation. Like, I've already said that in my top 5 best and worst animated films of 2013, but, like, they really need to get a signal. Just stop, guys. But alright, but other than that, that's pretty much my short thoughts on the Annie Awards and the Oscars. So yeah, in all, just a little summary. Really happy with the results, pleasantly surprised. The show really sucked. And the Annie Awards, it really was Disney's year. Really, congratulations to all the winners and all that stuff. And I'm really happy that the ASIFA agrees with me that 2013 is a really crappy year. So, let's see what next year brings us. And until then, see you later, dudes!